And we're going to send you everything you need. I'm Jennifer Tryon, and this is Homemade, a virtual event with Cricut. Hi, everybody. I'm Jennifer Tryon. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight. It's so good to have you here. We are live with Natalie Desrochers, who is joining me, and we are so grateful to be with you tonight on your pages and in your groups. Hi, Natalie.
Hi, I'm so happy to be here.
Oh, this is so exciting. I just watched the promo video. I hope you could see it too, about the Homemade event, a virtual event with Cricut. And we're so lucky that you are participating in the event.
Well, I think I'm lucky to be participating. I'm very, very happy to be there with you and teaching a class, both in French and in English. So.
Cricut Canada is sponsoring this event, and it's been very important from the get-go to be offering classes in French and in English. So we're so lucky that we've got an expert in you that can teach in both languages, which is, that's amazing. And look at your beautiful space. I'm so excited. Tell us what you're going to be doing at the event.
Well, I'm going to be making some beautiful earrings, as you saw in the promo video. These are veneer earrings made with foil vinyl, so it's going to be very fun. And if you thought you couldn't cut veneer with your Cricut, you actually can do it, even if you don't have a maker. So that's totally awesome.
It's so, so cool. And I did a little test project I'm showing people now. I had never made earrings before or even cut wood with my Cricut before. I think it was like a little bit intimidating. I always am cutting vinyl and paper, obviously. And, I cut tons of fabric for sewing, but, wood veneer was just one of those things. I think I have a couple sheets. Do I have the package? I'm just going to grab it.
I have it here.
I finally was like brave and just was like, I'm buying it. And it's so gorgeous. And it's like literally like a wooden sheet of paper. I think it's so beautiful. And you can see the cuts I already did just to practice. And, this is part of what's coming in your kit. What's so amazing about this event, Natalie, is Cricut has been so generous. Cricut Canada is literally helping us put together a box of over $600, okay, worth of Cricut craft supplies. I mean, everything you need to make all of the projects is going to be shipped to you. So all of the little earring findings, we've got like pliers, the whole jewelry making kit, fresh mats, wood veneer,
the blade.
The deep blade, yes.
Let's not forget about the blade.
And, especially for Canadians tuning in, Natalie, you can't use a coupon very often for those things. And I think that's close to $40 in the store just for that blade.
And that's all you need to cut the wood veneer. So that's why you can do it also with the Explorer or with the Maker, no problem. And it's so fun to do. I mean, you're going to get like 4 sheets of these in 2 colors. And I already made several. As you can see, I did a lot of testing for you.
Oh, good.
And the only space that it took. So just imagine I still have the full 2 sheets. How many earrings can I make with this? Beautiful Christmas presents or just for friends or whatever.
I could see people really getting hooked on jewelry making because these look so professional, like that you could buy these. You'd buy these from an Etsy store. You would buy these from, a maker, like if there was a pop-up shop or online. And like you say, to give as a gift is gorgeous. And with that gold foil, they're so on trend, super in. So let's tell people a little bit about the event, just in case they're not totally familiar with what we're talking about, I'm going to go to the website. So you register at homemade.ca. And when you get there, this is what you will see. There's the little logo, and you can click here to register. So again, it's homemade.ca. And it talks all about the huge box you're going to get. The event is $249. So $249 gets you the 5 main classes plus the gigantic goodie box full of craft supplies delivered to your house. And then we start going through what some of the projects are. And yours is first, front and center there, Natalie, learn to make earrings. And so we're using wood veneer, and we've tried to choose classes, everybody, that really helps you broaden your Cricut horizon. So Natalie's going to be using wood veneer, but we also want you using heat transfer vinyl in case you've never made a t-shirt or a pillow form, or we're going to do aprons. So we're going to send you a full apron plus full rolls of vinyl for the heat transfer. We've got a card making class where we're going to use the entire foil transfer kit. So that's including the tip that goes in your machine, either your Explorer or your Maker, and plus tons of foil, all the cards. And we're also talking like adhesive, anything you need for the project. Apart from your Cricut, we are sending you in that box and then some. So it's not just the Cricut supplies. Yes, there's tons of Cricut supplies, but there's also other craft supplies too, like adhesive and paint brushes and paint and anything you need. Next up, we're doing a family throw pillow using the infusible ink. So even if you don't sew, and sorry, this picture is so small, but even if you don't sew, we're going to send you the outside of the pillow so that you can use infusible ink. You can put your own family name on there. So if you've never used infusible ink before, we're going to walk you through. It's so easy. We're also going to give you the pillow form. So everything you need is coming in the box. And then look at these cute little pots. The succulent pots are so cute. You're going to get 3 of those, and we're going to decorate those up with the cute like kawaii faces. And Natalie, I don't know, do you sew or do you have the Cricut Joy? Do you do any of the specialty type Cricut things, or are you strictly vinyl?
I have the Maker, but I'm really not a good sewing. I have no sewing skills. There's something I can't do is sewing, but I am prepared to take your class, Jen, and learn how to sew this pouch. I will do it. And this is going to be the kick in the butt I need.
Well, if you follow me on Instagram or on Facebook, or if you've ever watched the shopping channel in Canada, you've seen me sew, because I'm always on there with Janome sewing machines and making projects. And so I am going to teach the sewing class. So we have 3 add-on classes. So these are for people that have the Maker, for example, or the Cricut Joy, or there's even a kids class, which is taught by kids for kids. And you're going to get a big 30 pack of infusible ink markers, a bunch of kids t-shirts, an extra sweet treat for the kids, so that when the box arrives to you at home, the kids have some of their own supplies too. But again, we made that an add-on class because you don't have to take that. Although, and you don't have to have kids. If you just want the big pack of markers and the shirts, cool. And the treat, no problem. You can just sign up for that and ignore the class if you want. I'd be all there for just that big pack of markers. But yes, the sewing class I'm going to teach. And because a lot of people, you know, the Maker is so amazing at cutting fabric with the rotary cutter. So we're going to give you all the fabric, the stabilizer, the zipper, and we're going to walk you step by step. So if you have a sewing machine and you want to unearth it, but you need a little practice and you need someone to help you with the steps, this is a great project. Plus, you're going to end up with a cute purse at the end. So that's super fun. And then the other add-on class is going to be using the Cricut Joy, and we're going to do some cut and draw cards. The Cricut Joy is so great for card making because it comes with, and we're going to give you another card making mat for the Cricut Joy, and plus tons of card bases and inserts. But if you haven't tried making cards on the Cricut Joy, it's so cool because it's a very different mat from your big machines. It allows you to put a pre-folded card into your machine and fold it and cut the front without cutting through the back. It's so efficient for card making. Plus, of course, if you know about Cricut, you know you can draw at the same time, which is very cool. So that's the Cricut Joy class. And those are add-ons. So if you have those specialty machines and you want to put them to use with some help from our experts, like Natalie, we're here for you. So once you've read all about the classes and you want to register, click register, and it's going to bring you to this page. And yeah, that's a giant picture of me. Sorry. We should have just a big picture of Cricut there maybe, but we've got other events going on too that I'm hosting. But you can go at the top here and you'll see the Homemade with Cricut event now open. You can just go down and click Homemade event with Cricut, and it's going to take you to the page where you can see all of the projects again. And this is exactly what you're getting. And you can decide if you want to add some of those extra classes or not. So here you have the main event, which is the 5 classes. Or if you want the biggest box of supplies possible, then you can choose Give Me Everything, and you'll save $50 off of your registration if you opt for everything. And you know, Natalie, we're giving people a full year to do the classes. Even though we're going to have an event the last weekend in September, if you get one project done, great. If you can't make it that weekend, no problem. Everything's going to stay posted in our virtual Cricut classroom. It's a private group on Facebook. And what's going to happen is once you register, you're going to get an email with the code that lets you into the virtual Cricut classroom on Facebook. And this is where we're going to roll out all the classes. People are going to post the pictures of what they're making. We're going to give you sneak peeks of what's in the box and when it's coming out. We're going to do, in that page, a live worldwide box opening. So if the box arrives to your house and you have the willpower to not open it right away, although Natalie, I don't know, do you think you'd be able to wait?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
Well, I can tell you people have already registered from Dubai, France, Quebec, all the provinces across Canada, into the United States, Australia, the UK, and we'll bring some of those people in, and honestly, we'll open up this great box of goodies live together. And it really, especially right now when we're not doing much, this really is just something new to do and a new way to come together and craft and make with like-minded people with Cricut.
Can I say something? I have a question that people have been asking me, and I think it's important to say that because we're obviously used to have the prices in USD, but this is a Canadian event, but everybody is welcome, but the price is actually in Canadian. So for once, Canadian, you can pay in your own money.
That's right. That's right. Americans, when you check out, you do have the option at the bottom of the screen. If you see here on the bottom of the shop page, you can see it says language English. You can switch that to French if you want. And you can also switch it to US, and that will give you the US prices also. So you have some options when you're on the shop site to help you know exactly what you're doing and what you're paying in. So if you wanted to switch it to French, you could. And if you wanted to switch it to US dollars and choose United States, the prices change up a little bit. So yes, Americans do get it for $2.11, which is a random number, but that's the exchange rate going on right now. So it's all up to date. But yeah, the main prices when you visit and you don't do anything is in Canadian dollars, because this is, I'm broadcasting just outside of Toronto. Where are you coming from tonight, Natalie?
I'm from Quebec City, actually.
All the way in beautiful Quebec City. Yeah. This is going to be a real national event. We're seeing people from all over in all provinces. And as promised, we are going to be offering the classes in French as well. What do you think about that, Natalie? Do you think you have your finger really on the pulse of the Cricut community in Quebec? This is going to be a good thing?
It's much needed. I mean, people are telling me a lot of people are looking for French tutorials, and the only thing they get served with is from France. So it's nice to have some people from Quebec that speak with the same terms, because let's be honest, the French and the Quebecois don't have the exact same terms. Well, that's okay. That's fine.
Totally.
I love it like that.
Mhm.
But so I think they will really appreciate to finally have something for themselves.
Yeah, I think it's great too. We live in a bilingual country. I have a bilingual house, bilingual family. We're going to do our best to make sure we get as much content to you in French as possible. The main event, like the live, for example, like we're doing right now, will be predominantly in English. However, if you have a French, if you're watching, from Quebec, or French is your first language, and you would rather type in French, or you would rather have your question answered in French, go ahead and leave your comment in French, and we will have French moderators throughout the weekend to help. And of course, all of the classes, you'll be able to decide if you want to watch them in French or in English. And, that's a little bonus of running this event from Canada the way we are.
Yes. Very happy about this.
For sure. For sure. Natalie, have you seen, it's been a big week for Cricut. Have you seen the new machines?
Oh yeah, I've seen it. It's itching me. I have my old maker right here now, and you have your beautiful blue new maker.
Well, I was fortunate because I'm going to get a chance to have, I'll give you guys a little sneak that we are going to have these on the shopping channel. I don't even think I'm supposed to say that, but I just did. So Canadians can get it right away on the launch, and there's going to be a big bundle and a good deal. But again, I don't think I was supposed to say that. But that's why I got one, is because we're starting to prep for those shows. And it is a beauty. It cuts like such big, long, matless cutting. So you can use smart materials in here. I'm sure you've heard all about it, but just in case anyone's wondering, this is a roll of smart vinyl. And so with the new Cricut Maker, twice as fast, and you don't need to use a mat if you don't want to, although you still can. Nothing goes to waste, but you can totally use smart materials. So long as you have the full width available, then you can use the smart materials for no mat cutting. So let's just make a little cut here. I just want to show you it in action because you're going to love seeing how long it cuts. So I'm just going to go into Design Space here and cut out like a growth chart, like a kid's, like those ones that you can stick on the wall. So I'm going to do it in Smart Vinyl. So you'll see that Design Space gets upgraded to include the new materials. Just like always, it's telling me to load it. And the new machine has like these guides here at the sides that the old Maker or the Explorer don't have. Can you see them? Well, it doesn't really matter, but there's guides basically to keep the smart materials lined up. So I'm just going to turn this machine now so that you really get the full effect here. There's a sensor, Natalie, and it measures out. I'm going to turn this so you can see it. Look at how long this project is. Like, do you know how many times we would have needed to slice and to get 12 feet through even, the old Cricut Maker? So I'm excited about this. So once it measures first to make sure you have enough material on your roll so that you don't get 3/4 of the way through your cut. And then you're like, oh, I was just a few inches short. Darn it. I thought I measured right. The machine measures out first before it lets you press play or go, just to make sure you've got enough. I love that feature because I am too irresponsible with math and measurements to be counted on to get that right. I just can't do it. So I'm really thankful the machine does that. You do want to make sure you have enough room when you're cutting a big long thing like this. Oh, there goes the box. I don't have it yet, but there is an accessory. Have you seen that, Natalie? The roll holder that goes onto the front.
Yeah, that's going to be really very useful for
and there's a trimmer right attached to it, which is really cool. And this machine, I gotta say, is, well, at first I was like, well, 2 times faster. What does that mean? But it started cutting, and I was like, it's pretty fast. It really moves along. Like, this is we're already at like almost 100% done. I've made like quite a few things on it now because I'm trying to get ready for some of these shows. So my first impression was like how much quieter I thought it was than my regular Cricut Maker. I didn't anticipate that. And it really is faster. And let me tell you one of the most exciting things, Natalie, we didn't even tell everyone yet. If you register for the event, 2 things. 1, you're going to get emailed an exclusive coupon code so that you can use at Cricut.com on any new machine, including the new ones when they launch. So you'll get 10% off any machine. So even if you don't want the new maker, like whatever, maybe you want a heat press, maybe you want the Joy, maybe you just want an old maker because that's good enough. Like, hey, you don't need to do big cuts. My old maker is perfectly good. But you get a coupon code that you can use at Cricut.com for 10% off from now until the end of the event at the end of September. So anything you want to buy from Cricut, any new machine upgrade, 10% off for the next 3, 4, 5 months. That's awesome, eh?
Yeah, that's awesome because we don't often get coupons on machine. Usually it excludes all the machines. So this is really, really, really cool. Yeah, I know I'm going to use it.
Well, it's very cool. And you also, I'm going to tell you that, and I'm probably not supposed to be saying, is we're going to be giving away in the event tons of prizes, like multiple. I had talked to Cricut today, multiple. I'm not going to say because I'm not supposed to say, but I'm just going to say multiple.
Just say multiple. That's okay.
There's lots of prizes that we're giving away during the event. Cricut Canada is, Cricut has always operated out of the US and some other countries, but Cricut is in Canada now. And this is just a way of them giving back to Canadians and saying like, look, we know that you guys are awesome Cricut users and we want to support Canada too. So if you're not following Cricut CA, go and follow them. You'll see lots of the projects. In fact, they posted, did you see one of my projects? I was on Global, the morning show yesterday, and I was trying to think of things that we could make. I'm going to go this way. I was trying to think of things that we could make that would talk about the big cutting capabilities. And I thought, what about my full-size children? To really show how big the cut can be. And what a cool time capsule, I thought, to say, you know what? This is how big and tall my son was when he was 10 years old. That's exactly his height, because I was able in the new maker to expand my drawing, my photo, my cut file to, 4'8", and get it all cut out. It took about 1, 2, 3, 4 strips. Easy. It would have taken so many mats to have pulled something like this off. But honestly, it cut in less than 20 minutes, all of it. It was amazing. It was amazing. So anyway, that's an example. And now we cut the growth chart there. This is another example that we've done of those big, big cuts. Look, I can measure exactly how tall they are now. But these are really fun, projects. If you sell things on Etsy or have a little shop, parents love these kinds of things. So they don't have to write on the wall. Just get it on there with all of your permanent white vinyl. This is the kind of thing you can do in all one go now with the new machine. So anyway, just a few examples. I wanted to show you how fast the new machine's cutting. And, I'm so thankful that I got a chance to play with it. And, I would imagine you guys will get a chance to see it more in action over the next couple of weeks before the launch on June 27th, I think is when Canadians can buy them. It's available, I think, June 10th for some places in the US. But Canadians can buy them as of June 27th. And coincidentally, I have a show on the Shopping Channel June 28th. That's all I'll say about that.
We'll be watching you.
Yeah.
Just to make sure what you're going to talk about.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. So, and we're going to talk about the event on the channel too, because it's like once you get these machines, sometimes you get it home, and I hear from people all the time, and maybe you do too, Natalie. I got my Cricut home, and I just I've been too afraid to take it out of the box. Yeah. Do you hear that?
Yeah, I just drop on the floor every time I hear that. I mean, it's crazy, and I so want to help people really create with confidence.
Well, it is one of those things, and I love that your group is Create with Confidence, because it is true. Sometimes you get these machines, and if you're not if you haven't used it before, and you don't really know that much about it, you kind of look at it like, huh? What do I do? Oh, Kathy Brousseau, thank you so much. She said she's registered. That's so great. Oh, and we have a question in French?
No, she says that my courses, my tutorials are both in French and English. She's actually my friend. This is one of
I see. That's amazing. I know. Well, I think a lot of people will be benefiting from that, Kathy, for sure. For sure.
Yes.
Absolutely. We're so grateful that Natalie can do the earring class in both French and English. It's such a gift. And I know people who will be watching, from Quebec or anywhere in Canada where French is their first language, and you want to be able to ask your question in French or écris ton question because you're more comfortable in French, especially when you're writing. Might be fine to listen to us in English, but when you're writing and really trying to understand the directions, it is nice. And I like what you said, Natalie, earlier about, it's nice that it's people who are native Canadian French speakers, not necessarily from France, because, the dialect is different.
And if I can say a little word in French, that yes, there will be some French people answering questions in the groups. So oui, il va avoir des personnes, des Québécois en train de répondre à vos questions dans les groupes Facebook pendant que vous écoutez la vidéo en anglais pour le projet, la vidéo en français pour le projet qui va avoir lieu en même temps en anglais et en français, mais vous allez pouvoir choisir le projet en français et l'écouter en français et poser vos questions en français.
Oui, vous avez le choix, choisir le cours en français ou en anglais dans la fin de semaine pour l'événement. So you have the choice to choose in French or in English how you want to watch the class during the weekend of the event. It's great.
Jennifer is very good in French.
What did I do there?
You did perfect.
But, lots of French people will feel maybe the same as I feel when I'm trying my best in French, and maybe they're trying their best in English. So we're here to work together and, just make sure everybody's having a great time, no matter what language they prefer to take the class in.
Excellent.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. So if you want to register, I hope you will, go to homemade.ca and you can read all about the classes there. Of course, Natalie is teaching the earring making course, and you're getting more than $600 worth of insane Cricut supplies shipped right to your door. So I kind of like the idea too, Natalie, that you're getting all of this stuff at a fraction of what you could buy it for. And you're going to be outfitted for like a long time with Cricut stuff. Someone messaged me the other day and said, oh, I'm just looking here. Are we going to get one of these? I think I have one here, like one of the weeding tools. Let's see if I can feel it. No, that's the scissors. Anyway, like they said, are we going to be getting one of the weeding tools? Oh, it's inside here. Like one of these? Sorry. Obviously, it's in the tool container. Where else would it be? Of course, I can't find it. And I was like, not only are you getting a weeding tool, you're getting the full weeding kit. You're getting the paper trimmer. You're getting a scraper. Like if Cricut makes it, I'm telling you, we're putting it in the box. There's a lot of stuff going in there that's not even just for the classes. For example, in the sewing class, we're giving you the full Cricut sewing kit, like scissors, seam ripper, pins, pin cushion. If they make it, we were like, give us a good deal on it. We're putting it in. Okay, let's do we want to go to the comments, Tamara?
I think I'm gonna need a bigger craft room after that.
I've got Tamara over here, like reading the comments and mouthing things to me, but I think she's forgetting that she's wearing a mask. It makes no difference. She's like,
yeah, we're still there,
like,
right?
I got nothing. It's all right. All right, we're good. We're good. We're being safe here. We're 6 feet. People are wearing masks, but we're glad to be able to be live here with you tonight, watching at home, and Natalie live with us from Quebec City. Natalie, any final thoughts about the event, or any questions that you want to answer for people, or that you are seeing that people want answered?
Not really. I just, because you talked about masks, and I think that's a pretty good point, that we've been away from our friends and our fellow cricketers all year long. And maybe we'll get to see some people during the summer, hopefully. But I think that this is going to be a very great event to share with everyone what we want, our passion, and what we would like to make.
OK, attends, Nathalie, il y a une question en français. Tamara, vas-y.
Okay. On peut avoir des renseignements sur les cours bonus.
Oh, Nathalie, est-ce que tu écoutes ça?
Yes, they want to have some information on the bonus courses. I will say it in French, just so that the English speaker know what I'm talking about. Oui, mais 3 cours bonus. Le premier est sur la cricotte, la petite cricotte.
Joy. Le
Joy.
premier, c'est on a le Cricut Joy. On a fait des cards.
C'est ça, on va faire une carte. Vous allez avoir le tapis qui est inclus, qui permet de faire des cartes rapidement. La deuxième, c'est la couture avec la Cricut Maker. Si vous avez la Cricut Maker, on fait une belle pochette, un petit genre de porte, une petite sacoche là, que Jennifer va nous faire faire. Et le dernier, c'est pour les enfants, c'est des chandails qu'on va faire dessiner les enfants sur l'Infusible Ink et leur faire des beaux chandails eux-mêmes. Ça peut être vos enfants, vos petits-enfants, ou juste vous pouvez décider de vous inscrire au cours pour avoir seulement les crayons.
Oui, il y a une gros paquet de crayons Infusible Ink.
Oui, effectivement. Est-ce que ces cours-là vont seulement être en anglais, je pense, hein? Jennifer, par exemple, les 3?
Les enfants ont fait des cours en anglais, et puis mon enfant fait les cours en français aussi.
Oh!
Oui.
Super, wow, bravo.
Oui, il y a des cours pour les enfants aussi, français, francophone. Their French is better than mine. They go to French school.
Okay. Excellent.
Well, listen, I think that this is pretty exciting to be able to be offering this in a Canadian way. I hope you'll go to homemade.ca to register. If you're just joining in, we've been talking about the Homemade event. It's a virtual event with Cricut. It's the last weekend of September, and we're going to ship you more than $600 worth. I'm not kidding. We added it up. Worth of supplies. Cricut has been very, very generous in allowing us to purchase this big box in order to give it to you for just $249. And then we're putting on this whole event around the box. Okay, Tamara, what else are people asking?
Will there be a Cricut marketplace like there was for the Homemade events?
So we're working on the Cricut marketplace because, and I'll just be totally transparent, because we are able to, and just so that people know, I've done a few of these events before for sewing and scrapbooking and card making. And we always, at the beginning of the weekend, if there's any supplies left over, like extra fabric or tools, we just sold them off at a deal. So we're going to order all of the supplies from Cricut, but Cricut has rules about who's allowed to sell their stuff, which is why you kind of see it like on Amazon or in like big retailers. So I need to make sure that Cricut's okay with us selling off the leftovers, because I order a little bit extra, in case boxes get lost in the mail, or, people are on a waiting list or whatever, we damage something, or I just need more myself. Sometimes I just get carried away. And we buy, like with the fabric, I bought way more than we needed to because I just got carried away. Anyway, we did sell it off. And if Cricut is okay with us getting rid of the extras, we will definitely pass on the savings to you in a marketplace as an exclusive sort of event type thing. And we'll try to make sure that it's lower than the retail price. But that's what I have to really kind of check out with Cricut, if that's going to be okay. But we are going to do our best. We're not advertising that right yet. So that'll be a great bonus if it does happen. And if it doesn't, then you'll know it's because legally we're just not allowed to sell Cricut stuff. You know what I mean? It's one thing for us to provide it in the box, but it might be something else for us to just, sell it ourselves. OK, une autre question en français. Vas-y, Tamara.
On peut ajouter des cours supplémentaires après notre inscription?
Oui, absolument. Natalie, do you want to, or maybe I could try to, or Tamara, do you want to try to answer that? The question is, can you add on classes after you've registered? La réponse, c'est oui. Oui. And aussi, and Natalie, maybe you could transcribe or translate this for me. I'm just going to say, yes, you can add classes after your registration. No problem. We'll just include it in your box. No extra shipping costs or anything like that. It's just a flat rate shipping wherever you are in Canada or the US. But I also want to point out, and Natalie, this is the part I need your help with to make sure I'm saying it properly. We do have a payment plan. So you can pay May, June, July, August, and it's broken up. The shipping is on the first month in May. And that way, because we know $249 is a lot, and lots of people aren't working as much right now as they might have been before. So if you want to break up the payments, you can. Natalie, maybe tell them that in French.
My turn. Oui, si on veut ajouter les cours par après l'inscription, il n'y a aucun problème. On va rajouter les choses dans la boîte et tout va être envoyé en une seule fois dans le même envoi. Et si on est inquiet aussi parce que $250, ça peut quand même être beaucoup, Jennifer offre un plan de paiement sur 4 mois, donc mai, juin, juillet, août, qui va être séparé en 4 paiements et le shipping qui est un shipping de flat rate, un taux unique pour l'Amérique, c'est sur le premier paiement que ça va être mis.
Il y a 2 choix dans le site web pour Give Me Everything for the payment plan ou seulement le cours, the 5 cours, the main event. How would you say that?
Les 5 cours de l'événement principal.
Yeah, principal, oui. So you can choose either Give Me Everything, and then you'll just go here and choose the May payment, which is $118.75, and that includes your shipping. So that's the first payment that you'll make right away. And then June goes down to just $89.75. And then it's $89.75 for the rest. And that's to get everything. And we're just going to trust you to come back and in June, whatever day works best for you and your budget, come back in June and make the June payment. Then come back in July and make the July payment. The reason we did it this way, and I know it seems a little like bulky and clunky, we could have put an app on there, but it would have cost you interest, which I don't really like. And there would have been more fees for us too, which is not a great way of us passing on savings. So we just did it this way because it was a free way to offer a payment plan. And we trust that if you're signing up, you'll come back in June and make the payment when you can. OK, il y a une autre question en français.
Les Français de France ou ailleurs que le Canada et le US peuvent s'inscrire aussi?
Nathalie?
Oui, ils peuvent s'inscrire. Simplement écrire à Jennifer pour avoir une cote pour savoir combien pourrait être le shipping, dépendamment où vous êtes. Elle va vous faire un bon prix pour le shipping pour que vous puissiez participer aussi à l'événement. Right? You're going to make them a price for the shipping, where they are, wherever they are.
Yes. So the shipping to France, I believe, was about $90. I know it's like makes me sweat just thinking of it. But you will make up for that in the box with the supplies. So yes, it is more. It's a lot more. I totally understand the shipping is a lot, but you are more than getting that in supplies. So if you look at it that way, you still will benefit from the box and it will make up for the shipping. Maybe you could say that and maybe we could really drive that home.
La livraison pour la France, ça revient à environ $90, ce qui est quand même beaucoup, mais inquiétez-vous pas, avec tout ce qu'il y a dans la boîte, vous allez en avoir pour votre argent sans problème.
Oui, absolument. I know. Shipping, boo. Like COVID, boo. It drives the price of everything up. It's, we try. If we could make that any cheaper, we would. We even calculated like how much, like what could we do? What would it mean to have free shipping? And we calculated it out, and based on the number of boxes, it was going to be $60,000 for us to absorb like all the shipping. We were like, oh no, that's like a full year's salary. I don't think we can do it. I think we have to charge people shipping. So I know the shipping's a lot, but that's why we're going to pack your box full of great deals. So I hope you feel like the cost of shipping gets made up along the way that way. Est-ce qu'il y a des autres questions? No? Natalie, maybe for the people who've joined in late or turned over, we'll just go over one more time how people can register and the classes that we're making. So Natalie, tell us what you're doing in the event.
I'm going to make some earrings with wood veneer, and these are the earrings. Well, actually, this is the model I'm going to make you do in Design Space from A to Z. So you're going to be drawing it all the way. I'm going to show you how to slice if you don't know already, and you're going to be making them yourself, and you could actually put any pattern you want in there. I have this little flower. I also made this leopard print because I like leopard print. So I make these with leopard print, and I thought they were pretty cool. So I'm going to show you how to make these, but you can really put polka dots, stripes, whatever you want. Your limit is your imagination.
OK, explique en français aussi.
Oh oui, OK. Alors, on va faire des boucles d'oreilles avec du plaquage de bois, qui est ça ici, qui en anglais on dit du wood veneer, mais en français c'est du plaquage de bois. Et je vais vous le montrer comment les dessiner vous-même sur Design Space de A à Z. Donc, vous allez voir, vous allez pouvoir ajouter le petit motif que vous voulez. Ici, j'ai ceux avec des fleurs. J'en ai fait un avec un patron du leopard. Voyons, des fois, quand je traduis, j'ai de la difficulté. Un motif de léopard, voilà, avec parce que vous voyez que j'aime ça un petit peu ce motif-là. Alors, j'ai fait les boucles d'oreilles comme ça aussi. Et vous allez pouvoir faire vraiment le motif que vous voulez. Si vous voulez, la limite, c'est votre imagination. Vous pouvez mettre des petits pois dessus, des lignes, des chevrons, peu importe ce que vous voulez. C'est vraiment, vous pouvez faire ce que vous voulez, puis on va avoir beaucoup de plaisir.
And let's take a look at some of the, thank you for that. So Natalie's earring class, you heard her mention, you're going to be able to do it in stripes and leopard, polka dots. You're going to have so much wood that we send you. You're going to be able to probably make close to like 30 pairs, like per sheet, I'd say. So you'll be giving those away or selling them. We're going to do an apron that we're all going to wear together during the weekend. You can customize that how you want, but we're going to show you how to turn any image into a cut file. This is a big question we see with especially new users over and over is, how do I take my own image and turn it into a cut file? So we're going to show you how to take the event logo and turn that into a cut file, which will be so useful going forward with all your Cricut projects so that you can, make any image into something you can cut. We're also going to be doing card making with the complete foil kit. So we're giving you the nib and all the foil. So it lists here exactly what you're going to be getting in your box. We're also doing a throw pillow with the infusible ink, and you can customize that with your own family name. So if you haven't used infusible ink before and are feeling intimidated by that, we're going to use infusible ink here. You don't need the heat press for it, but of course you are going to get sent, if you register, a 10% off coupon code for Cricut.com that you can use on any machine. That includes the heat press, that includes the mug press, that includes the Joy, the new Maker, the new Explorer 3, or any of the first generation models. You can get 10% off. And then the fifth project we're doing is these cute little succulent pots with the happy faces on them. They're super cute. You're going to get some paint and paintbrushes, those pots, along with all of the full rolls of vinyl to go along with that. And then we've got on Sunday, if you want to really craft the whole weekend away, on Sunday we've got the specialty classes, which we're going to start with the Cricut Joy. So if you have the Cricut Joy and you want to use it and have a reason to use it and get better at it, we're going to do a card making class where we're going to cut and draw. And making cards with the Cricut Joy is a little bit different than making cards with the regular Cricut, because there's a different card making mat exclusively for the Cricut Joy. So that's pretty cool. And you're going to be getting a new one of those mats, plus all of the supplies for that in that class. If you're wanting to learn to sew or use the Maker to cut fabric, then you'll want to add my class into your cart. It is using the Cricut Maker and your sewing machine, and we're going to make this cute little purse. We're going to install the zipper. We're going to add the lining. You're going to like it, and your sewing skills are going to be better when you leave that class. We're probably going to do this one last on Sunday so that you can keep on working on it throughout the night, because there's no pressure to finish the class in the allotted time of the weekend. If you want to work a little bit here and a little bit there, you have access to the classes for a full year. So that's great. And then we've also, if you want to make it a family weekend and involve your kids or grandkids, we've got the kids drawings into a t-shirt. We're going to get the kids to draw on just regular paper, and we're going to show them how to turn that into a t-shirt using just a regular iron and the infusible ink markers. And we're giving everybody a huge 30-pack, the big pack of infusible ink markers, plus some kids' shirts, an extra treat, so that when that big box gets delivered to your door, and if you've got kids in the house or grandkids or someone that you'd like to share the weekend with, they've got some supplies just of their own. Or no kids, no problem. You use those markers yourself. No problem there. OK, des questions?
Pas une question, mais Karine a dit « Merci, tu m'as convaincue, Nathalie et Jen. »
Ah, bienvenue. Vous êtes en paix, Karine. It's our pleasure. We're having fun. Right? Yeah.
Yeah, right. I'm so excited that we're going to be together, even French and English all together. And I find that it's awesome.
Yeah, it's going to be very good. So you can register at homemade.ca. Natalie, thank you so much for being with us tonight, for walking us through both en français and in English, exactly what you're going to be doing in the event. And I hope everyone's getting a taste for what the weekend will be like. And that, yeah, don't wait to register. We will have to close registration at some point once the boxes kind of go. And as soon as we do, we're going to start packing them. So get in now while you can.
Yes.
Natalie, thanks so much for being with us.
Thank you for Jen.
Share this live with your friends, or tag your friends that you know have a Cricut machine or have been thinking about getting a Cricut machine, because this is perfect for any level. So if you're a beginner, or you know someone who is worried about taking it out of the box or has been thinking about getting a machine, this is a great way for them to learn step by step how to use all kinds of different materials in their machine. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you soon. Bye, everybody.